I'm Adrian Baker. I'm the creator of SAHAJA SOMA and a psychedelic preparation and integration coach. And in this video, I want to talk about an issue that I see with a lot of the language around psychedelic integration, at least in a US context. And that is best summed up by this phrase I hear a lot, which is, are you doing the work? This is reflective of an approach to psychedelics which treats psychedelics as part of the larger pantheon of self-improvement, which is best-selling genre in the United States. As someone who's lived abroad a long time, I really see this language and this whole approach to psychedelic integration as a symptom of the Protestant work ethic seeping its way into the discourse around psychedelic integration in the US and in other developed countries and economies in particular. What's missing from psychedelic integration in the US? It's playfulness. And it isn't to say that on a certain level, a lot of this can feel like work. A lot of people come to psychedelics just to work through PTSD or through different kinds of trauma or through difficult childhood or other challenging life experiences that happen to them. Going to see a therapist every week, I can understand why some people might feel that is doing the work. If we approach life as a never-ending series of problems to be solved, that strips a lot of the joyfulness and the juiciness and the pleasure out of life. Even though there are problems to be solved, we can approach it with a sense of wonder and openness and curiosity, play. In my experience, that is a lot of what psychedelics is about opening up to. Those qualities of wonder and awe and simplicity of joy and being that we had a taste of when we were younger and somehow got hammered out of us when we were adults. That was conditioned out of us through the schooling system, through the workplace, to say that we want to revert back to the emotional maturity of being children. But there is a common theme I notice with a lot of spiritual teachers where they have a sense of joy and childlike wonder, and we can be able to tap into and rest in that kind of simplicity. I think people feel this when they watch children, and we can tap into that while also wanting to engage with a lot of what goes along with being an adult at whatever age. Evoking that sense of openness, wonder, joy, play, exploration in the way that you approach life can open you to that. And so, what are some practical ways to really explore that? So the first thing, notice right there, for example, how the language you use, what is the feeling that evokes in you, in your body? It's through something like basic mindfulness, just being with your feelings in your body and noticing the language that you're using. You might also do something like reflect back on the journal entries you've been reading. And that's why journaling is helpful. Or you might just notice in the messages, ask your friend or therapist or integration coach to say back the kind of language that you're using. Are there a lot of shoulds and oughts in that? And what is the feeling underneath that? How does it feel when you're orienting to life constantly as a series of things? I should be this. I should be kinder, for example. Perhaps you become kinder by just starting to be kinder and gentler towards yourself instead of constantly framing things as I'm not enough, and if I were fill in the blank, this imaginary version of myself in the future, then I would feel happy or at ease. That's the first thing, is paying attention to the language that we're using. Secondly, it's not just about therapy, like seriously sitting in silence. It's about dancing and singing and music and surrounding yourself with people who evoke a sense of playfulness as well. Laughing, watching a comedy, or being with people make you laugh, going to an art museum, something that evokes reverence and awe and wonder. It's cultivating a meditation practice, which I find to be very important, not only for psychedelic integration, but also preparation and navigating the journey, noticing the spirit with which, the mood, the attitude with which you approach your meditation practice. Are you projecting onto your meditation or spiritual life this sense of self-improvement project or goal orientation? I'm going to attain enlightenment or freedom or a non-dual recognition of the nature of the mind or peace or whatever it is onto your, I say that because I certainly did that, as opposed to relating to your meditation practice as a way to cultivate deeper intimacy in connection with what's happening in this moment, and just doing that with a sense of playfulness. What is always and already happening on the meditation cushion at any point in life? It is simply the play of consciousness. There's no imaginary state we're going to get to called enlightenment or anything else, where all of our problems go away, we don't ever get angry. That's a fantasy. Recognize it for what it is. Use your meditation practice, relate to your meditation practice as a way to connect more deeply with joy and play. Playfulness is not carelessness. Playfulness and reverence. And having reverence for these sacred compounds is important. They can go hand in hand together. Analogy of surfing that I use for psychedelics, I think, is very apt. Whether we're on the meditation cushion or an ayahuasca or SOMA journey, or in the airport when our flight gets canceled, or wherever, really about learning to surf the ups and downs of life. Just like with surfing, it isn't that there's no effort at all. It requires some skill and some discernment and a light touch. What a surfer does not do is she's not controlling the ocean. She's riding with those waves. And so approaching our meditation practice and our psychedelic integration with that sense of playfulness, a gentle balance between, yes, there's some discipline and effort, but also a sense of ease and effortlessness. And we're open, but we're also discerning as well. We're not abandoning discernment in our sense of intuition if something feels wrong or if a person feels wrong. Those are all really important things that we can cultivate in the way that we approach psychedelic preparation. These are qualities that psychedelics can help us to unlock in ourselves. And then the process of integration is doing the kind of things that are further cultivating these qualities, not viewing life as a problem to be solved or a never-ending series of problems to be solved, but it is also a mystery to be lived, or it is a dance, or it is a play that is constantly unfolding. Just like consciousness or a psychedelic journey is a play that is constantly unfolding, and learning to open and enjoy that dance. And even in moments when it's challenging, learning to be fluid with it. I hope you find that helpful. Please leave a comment below.